Welcome to another episode of
Nerd Out!
I'm Randy, this is Brian, and we come to you with the Sentinel Ride Armor 1/12 scale Mospeada
VR, what is it?
VR
52?
052F.
F.
And of course we had to come together for this. This was probably when we did our 2018 what we're looking for the most. This was probably top of the list, right?
It was on there. Yeah, it was on there. Most anticipated.
And both you and I probably, it's fair to say that we will buy into any Mospeada Cyclone. Like, this is
Yeah,
like,
we'll give anything a shot. I mean, we bought that crazy piece of shit.
Which
Evolution.
one? Oh, yeah. No shit. That's still the worst toy ever.
I hate this piece of shit.
I love the Scott Bernard or any of them. I really want a Rook and a Lancer. But the Ride Armor Cyclone is to me probably it stands the test of time of being one of the coolest looking, can you call it a mech?
Yeah, definitely call it a mech. And I mean, that's what's cool about it is because not only, it's not a it like transforms into a mech.
Yeah.
It's a vehicle that becomes armor. I mean, that's just sweet, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's not cool about that.
No, everything is cool about it. But there is one problem, is that like when they were doing the animation, like they were not thinking
toy. Yeah, they totally cheated. I mean, yeah, because they're just the legs.
Yeah. Right, they get fat and stuff like that.
Which I wish this had boots.
Yeah. Oh, so you would be okay. I guess we'll jump right into it. So we got the Ride Armor. You wish it had boots in the sense that you wish that you could attach a pair of boots to this thing to make the legs. But
so you looked better in both modes.
All right. Well, this is a fully self-contained item. Like, or would you call it like there's no parts forming?
Perfect transformation.
Perfect transformation. And is that your preference?
No. Well, I mean, if you can pull it off, yeah. I mean, but if the animation doesn't allow it to happen, then no, I say parts forming.
Yeah.
You know.
I would agree with you. I would sacrifice some of the perfect transformation for a more entertaining and fluid transformation.
So we're going there.
We're gonna go there.
It's not fun.
That was an adventure, but I got there. I did it.
Flat out, it's not fun. I think it's pretty difficult. I think it's maybe even a little harder than the Beagle.
Yeah.
On par.
Yeah. I think so. Let's start at the beginning because you're right. I did go there. It's a 6-inch scale figure, and it is comparable to like your typical like SH Figuarts, Marvel Legends. It is beautiful. Like they nailed the color, right? Like that's the one thing
the color's pretty good. I mean, I remember it being more washed out personally, but I like this in 3 dimensions.
Like what you mean, like a lighter blue? Because I mean, like
I remember it being washed out and sort of bluish and faded.
Yeah. I guess I could.
But I think this looks great. You know.
I'll say right off the bat, my biggest issue out of everything in this is they took some creative liberties, like this faceplate.
Yeah.
They put these like weird lines into it, and it just.
I don't know what's up with
why
that.
did they do that?
The legs are off too.
How are the legs? How?
The gray armor should be white.
Oh, really?
Light gray. Yeah.
You don't think that was just due to animation color?
What else do you go on?
Like
it was an anime.
Yeah. Oh, I guess you're right. You know what else they did? Shouldn't this be red? The chest?
I think so.
I think so too.
I mean, and I don't have a problem with it.
No, I don't either.
They just went with it to make it look cool, and I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it too. The only creative liberty I have an issue with is I don't like the lines on this visor. Like it just.
They really should have made it transparent.
Yeah. Or at least not put these lines. It makes no sense. Like, I don't know why they did it. Like, I don't know what they were trying to accomplish with that.
I think what they were going, I think they're trying to make the grid, like, in the cartoon how it would show, like, the view through their helmet.
Yeah.
I think they might have been going for something like that.
Doesn't it kind of look like a weird face, like making like a pumpkin face, like a jack?
It does.
Like once you notice that, it's like hard to unnotice.
And they showed that off. I mean, that was in every.
No,
every picture.
I think the first photos they didn't. Like, okay, the box. Like
it's on the box.
It's not there though. It's not.
It's on the box.
On the back. Look.
Let me see.
Yeah, no. When they first showed it, there was no sign of those lines. Like that was.
The lines are there. Look.
Hey. Wow.
Hey.
You're right, but yeah, I guess you're right. But man, like how defining they are on the toy compared to that.
Yeah, they stick out more on the toy.
This not that we care, but just to let you know, the box is really thin. Like it's a real thin box, but we'll put the box away. Back to the figure. For anyone wondering, yes, there is cloth on this. Doesn't bother me. Does it bother you?
Couldn't care less.
Really? So it had no effects.
If it holds out, but in a year. I mean, yeah. But I guess the Beagle's cloth held up okay.
The Beagles, we'll get to the Beagle, but the Beagles is more like a leathery faux leather, isn't it?
Yeah, instead of like a more elastic, I don't know.
Yeah, mine's popping out like of spaces. It's really weird. Otherwise, I think it's beautiful. I think the motorcycle's beautiful. What are your thoughts on the motorcycle?
I think the motorcycle's great. I think it's a great toy. This mode sucks.
Do you think it sucks?
It doesn't suck. It's just really. I mean, I'll leave mine displayed like that. It's just hard to get any like dynamic poses out of it because it's all attached, and it's like the pistons that connect as gauntlets to the to the main body. They're too tight, and it's it's hard to get them in any pose rather than just like.
Yeah, there's articulation, but there's no poseability. It is restricted. It is definitely a display piece, like. Which is weird because it's scaled so perfectly to creating a whole universe. You know what I mean? Like, I love this size. Like, size-wise, it couldn't be better. Like, 6-inch just works so well with it.
Well, because everything else is in 6-inch. It's cool that when you get a toy, you can display it with other shit.
Right.
Get scale, you know?
Plus, because it is like a mech. It kind of works like CM did the 4-inch ones and the Mega House did the 4-inch. Yep. Those might have been too small for such a thing.
Well, yeah, and especially to do this conversion, it was tough.
Yeah. Oh my God, you had to have. I have small hands, fingers and stuff, but I don't have like microscopic. Like you need a child fingers.
Yeah,
for that.
but then you did coordination to do.
Yes.
Like it was.
And no, that's not gonna happen. All right, I really love this toy. First off. And I have so many good things to say about it. But I have some issues with it that I have to get out. What's that?
The hands.
The hands. Dude, these hands, they come with like a multitude of like holding hands, bike riding hands, and it's great. Like they all make sense. They
don't go on.
They are a bitch to go on.
They don't go on well. I pulled the ball joint out.
Yes!
Like out of the arm.
Right.
Pissed.
I pulled the ball joint arm, and then I couldn't get the hand off the ball joint, and so then I had to use my teeth to get it out.
And they don't give you extra ball joints, which
No.
they really should. If they're gonna give you 6 different hands that are on a ball joint, like what is it even? I don't know. It's a double ball, 2 balls connected. Yeah. They should give you. They should give you like extra. Ball connectors.
Yeah, we should have some extra balls, people.
I mean, extra balls never hurt anybody.
No, absolutely.
But, yeah.
Also, please tell me yours is different. My head does not lock in. Like I have beat the shit out of this.
So wait, how?
Give it a shot.
Yeah,
I'll take the risk. I don't even care. While you're doing that,
yeah, mine's the same as this. It goes on with no satisfying click. It's just like a friction joint. Yeah,
if you look, it doesn't really go on.
Let me see.
It does not go on. It sits deep enough to hold.
But yeah, you don't.
It does not pop in.
Yeah, and I know that.
It's frustrating. I like the Scott Bernard head. It's very handsome head, even though that like hair piece is just.
I like the hair piece.
I like it too.
A separate piece. It's not just molded on.
No. Can I see if this head pops in? Yeah. Also, the visor goes up, which is cool. And did you also notice that it goes up and in?
Yeah, and in.
That's classy. That's classy.
I like that.
That's classy. Let's try this. Oh, I really am hoping. I think it's the same thing. Yeah, it's kind of the same.
So do you think we're gonna get a Rook and Lancer?
Well, here's the thing. They already announced the Ray.
Yeah.
Which is Rand.
That doesn't count. I mean, it does count, but it's just a different cannon and a different head.
That was a big mistake. Like, what they should have done is they should have released Rook next. And then Lancer, and then you're committed for Rand. Yeah. Now I pre-ordered my Rand.
Or Rook, and then Rand, go like alternate.
Yeah, that's fine. Because then you're committed.
Because Rook and Lancer are pretty close.
Yes.
But
they're like, well, Rook and Lancer, like Rook is like, isn't it like a whole female sculpt? Like
sort of, but they're
closer.
They're closer than I mean,
they're
yeah,
not the
close.
same color.
Exactly,
which is like
they're not
thing.
identical to
Right.
this. It would be a different mold.
With that said, I went on eBay. Do you know what these are going for right now? $400.
Holy shit!
That's insane.
And do not pay $400. I'm
No.
telling you right now, do not pay
200. Yeah.
400.
Pay 200 though.
Even
I'll say-
250. You know what? If you're gonna pay, if somebody ordered it and they want a couple extra bucks,
Right.
but don't do
400. 400
Yeah.
sick.
What did we pay?
We paid about
Shit,
200. And I think
It's a little high.
it's a lot of money, but like, look, we've talked about this. Like, this hobby isn't cheap. Is it worth $200? Probably not. We're
But this
probably
does a
looking-
lot of shit.
It does a lot.
It does
of
a
shit.
lot of shit, and it's like.
And it's beautiful. Like, it is
Yeah.
beautiful. Like, realistically, in my world, it's a $120 toy. But that's forget about what I want. It does a lot of shit, and it's worth $200. A couple other things that are beside the hands popping out. My shoulders pop out really easily.
What the shoulder?
Yeah.
Oh,
Does
fuck
yours?
yeah, what- I spent like an hour and a half transforming this from that mode
Yeah.
to this mode, and at least 40 minutes of it
Yes.
was just pulling
Pulling
the
it.
figure out,
Uh-huh.
putting them back in. The transformation isn't that bad, but the whole thing is the first time you do it, you have to put the figure in
Mhm.
before he's fully transformed to
Right.
figure out how to orientate it
Yes.
and stuff, because it's just, it doesn't really...
The hardest part I
Oh.
had with the transformation
thank you.
is the rotating these arms
Yeah.
like into the right spot, because
Yeah.
you have to, the pistons
Yeah.
have to be rotated. Now again, this isn't going to have a transformation sequence for you, but it doesn't hurt to have one. We're not those guys,
Yeah.
but we did it freehand. I found it to be complex, but if you are familiar with the ride armor, then you know that any perfect transformation is going to have its issues with it, because it just wasn't made to have perfect transformation.
It's kind of mess. Actually, it's pretty easy.
I would say this was, you think it was easier than the Beagle or harder? Or do you think hard in its own ways? Probably equals what I thought.
I would say probably equal. You know, it's like this is more durable.
Mhm.
I think than the
I agree,
Beagle.
I
like,
agree.
This has a lot of ball joints, so stuff will pop off, but not as bad as the Mega House.
Mhm.
But
Oh
you're
yeah,
not-
the Mega House is unwieldy. Like,
yeah,
you can't.
but
yeah.
you're not gonna break it.
No.
I don't think an adult, if you're a little careful, you're not gonna break it.
No. I like I said, I pushed at this guy. I pushed and pegged. Did you have a problem with this piece popping out?
Of course I did.
So
yeah, it was pissing me off.
yeah, you know what the frustrating thing about it is that with a few little quality control issues and then a changing of the faceplate, I think this toy could be as near perfect. Like, if they would have had these ball joints a little bit tighter, and you say pop on feet, and then I think if they would have gone with the flat transparent visor, I think this thing would be near perfect. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
It is articulated. I like how it's got the double jointed knees for
Something fell off.
something just fell off.
What was that? Yeah,
This.
it happens to me all
You're
the time. Yep. I think those are meant to be removable in that mode.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something else that fell off?
No,
that,
don't say a thing. No,
that,
joking.
Yeah, seriously, like, almost kicked my ass. I'll show you. This, in the chest, there's this little knob plug. And it fell out, and thankfully, I was playing with it when it fell out, because I can't get it to hold back in. And this thing would have been lost forever in like,
And
never.
that's like a $400 piece
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
You'd have to buy.
Dude, I would
You'd be
absolutely-
heartbroken.
I would be heartbroken. I would hate this toy if I couldn't get this. But now here's my question. Do I glue it in because it won't hold on its
Nail
own?
polish.
Nail polish.
Nail polish, because it's semi-permanent. It won't come off.
Okay.
But if you want it off, you could scrape it off.
And I don't have to feel like... So it will leave no residue or some permanent residue?
Oh.
Okay.
I use it. I mean, I use it on everything.
Right.
It's got a loose
Including your
joint.
fingers when you want them shiny?
Of course. Yeah.
Right.
Man.
So nail polish... clear nail polish will keep it in, but not to make it feel glued in and like, okay, because I am a purist. Like, I do not want my toys
Put
altered.
it on the back of the part. Let it dry.
Okay.
And then put it on.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I get it. Let's get to the bike, and then the bike is beautiful. It feels good. It's got a good weight to it. These wheels are spectacular. I love this front wheel guard. Like, I don't remember ever getting that.
I don't think that was there, but I'll take it.
Oh, you don't think it was official?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Do
you
you
might be
remember
right.
seeing it?
No, I don't. But I don't know how, like.
I think these looked really different depending on which cartoon you're watching.
I think so too. I think there's definitely some stylizing to it, and I would prefer less stylizing, but at the same time, like, the only part that is noticeable.
I think
to
it
me
would look cheesy if they drew it if they made it perfect.
Yeah.
I think they stylize it to make it more believable.
The only part I don't like is the face, the visor. That's the only stylized part that I can't buy into.
Yeah, me too. I have no problem with the way this thing looks. Even that it doesn't have boots, I'm sort of okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I just think if they gave it, like, this would never happen. If they gave it die-cast metal boots. So it wouldn't need that.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine, like, if they, or even just changeable legs
because
which were heavy, so he wouldn't need a stand.
Yeah, because every single Cyclone has had a stand, because there's this back piece right here, and it just makes it top heavy, and they're really just design wise, like, unless you put boots, like you said, like, I don't know how else you could do it. With that said, the stand is clean. Like, I do like it.
I like
it's
the
fine.
stand. Yeah, it looks nice. It's better than any other free stand.
Yeah. We'll get to the other stand. And then this is cool. This, like, gas capsule comes out. Now, do you have to untap it?
Both sides.
Both sides.
Yeah,
if you
that's
untap it.
protoculture.
That's protoculture.
Yeah, it's a protoculture container.
That's badass. Well, in Robotech, it would be in Mospeada. All right, so
I don't know what they call it in Mospeada.
Transformation again. It's complex, but it's not gonna.
It's doable.
It's doable.
That was an adventure.
This is more of a. I love the character, the robot, more than I love, like, transforming toys. Like, wouldn't you agree? Like, it's not like you don't buy this because you think it's going to be fun. You buy it because you want an awesome, beautiful representation of the character.
I mean, sort of bought it for both.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to play with this thing. I mean, and I don't know, maybe after another 10 gold things, I might be the best transformation ever. I mean, like, nothing is fun until you know how to do it.
That's true.
It's just a matter of, will you do it with,
That's a good point. Well, that is a good point.
That's what Transformers are for.
Yeah, I agree. When I transformed it there and back, I did realize that the next time I transformed it, it was going to be easier.
Yeah.
Because there are little clips and pieces that go into special places and specific places.
If you don't do it in the right order,
Right.
you have to untransform the whole thing and go back. And I think once the second time, once you get the dude in and you figure out how everything needs to be, it makes a transformation a lot more doable.
I agree. And again, it is durable. I really didn't feel like anything was gonna break. Like, I put a lot of pressure on mine. Let's do some comparison. We'll start with the first one, and this one you really can't even touch. It's my favorite one, actually. This is a Mega House.
Still your favorite one?
There's something I love about it.
Yeah, I do too. Mine is actually in bike mode, though.
Is it really?
That's the one because he sits on it so well.
Oh yeah. I think this is my favorite now. But there's something I love about that. Yeah, but I'm just letting you know to be very careful, because it will, if you look at it wrong, it will fall apart. The only thing I didn't like about that, beside the lack of being able to play with it, is the purple visor.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't
that
like that either. In mine, I broke.
You did?
You put it into bike mode and the forks, like the forks that hold the front tire, piece, I snapped an arm off. I fixed it. It's fit.
We got these super cheap. Like, these go for like $130 now, which is insane.
Didn't you give me one?
I think I did give you one.
Yeah, I think you. Yeah,
but,
I love that tool.
It's beautiful.
I like it a lot.
Me too. And they actually made. It sucks because they made Ran and Lancer and never made Rook. If they would have made Rook, I would have been good.
Oh, CM's made a Rook though, right?
Yeah, we'll get to CM. This is the ugliest of them all, but it's the most fun. I think
that.
Yeah.
You think that's fun?
No, I guess not. You know
No,
what
I heard that thing's a nightmare. I've never touched one.
It is a nightmare.
I heard it's an absolute nightmare.
It is a nightmare. Okay, let me rephrase that. What I like about it is that it feels like a toy, and it feels like a toy, and they made such a big universe. Like, they made everything.
Yeah.
These are also ungodly expensive.
Oh my god, dude. You gotta be kidding.
No, it's terrible. It's just...
How, like, this is, wow.
You know what it is?
Wow.
They made a Colonel Wolf.
Oh, I know. Yeah, like,
which I don't
came
own.
in the pack.
Yeah.
Because he came in like a 6-pack or
Yeah,
something.
like a 3-pack. And now he goes for ridiculous money, but there was a time when I could get it for, like,
Are
nothing.
these 3 3/4?
Yeah, they're, like,
That's
true.
True. That's really...
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, go with your Joes.
Yeah, CM never quite made good products, but they got close, right? Like,
yeah, it's like they fucked up, but everybody fucks up. Like their Legis and Tread were like
they were good.
They looked decent from
Yeah.
a distance, but they didn't lock. Like when you did the Legios in jet mode, it just had no pins.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys know the jet, how you have the fins on the arms in the back of it. Like there's no pins. They would just sit there, and it's like then when you tried to combine it with the Tread, it was like.
Yeah.
It had like a cradle,
No, I know
but
what
it
you're
wouldn't
talking about.
hold it. And it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And it was like $500 for the set. Like, and that was 10 years ago.
They always fell short, but at the time there was no other Bandai and then CM, and that was it. You know. Next we're gonna go with the.
I hope they keep going. I hope they make a
I do
Legios.
too. I do too.
I would buy it in a second.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel so burnt by the Evolution Legios.
I hate this piece of shit.
Yeah.
This is the good old Matchbox one, and let me tell you what this made me realize is I am perfectly okay, and I hope Kids Concept does it because they've got the Robotech license. I'm perfectly okay with just a straight up toy, non-transforming action figure with bike. I'd be okay with that. I'm okay with it.
I mean, I guess I'd be okay if this was non-transformable because that's the harder one to get right. Like the bike on the
This
dude
is
looks
beautiful,
really.
you're
I
right.
mean, they're not gonna do much better than that. That looks fine.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, like, I would be okay with them to come out with both versions. Like, if Kids Concept, like, $100, you get, like, a non-transformable, super articulated Cyclone.
Parts forming.
Yeah, I think parts forming is probably the way to go.
Yeah, and make it perfect in both modes, and I don't care about the perfect transformation. I will pull a thing into 20 parts and put it back together as long as it does both modes.
You know, 90% of people watching are probably like, "Fuck you guys!"
Yeah,
like parts formers.
You're purists.
Right.
But but I agree with you guys on like a mech, on a Valkyrie, that you see it transform on a new cartoon or something. Yeah,
the Yamato, the original Yamato 1/60th scale parts forming Valkyries were nonsense. I'm sorry, like that was unacceptable. There was no reason to have to do that. Now,
but they didn't have it figured out how to. The whole thing is they didn't want the flip joint like Jetfire.
I see.
They were trying to get, and they didn't have the engineering work out of how to hide it.
Yeah, well, they screwed up because that pissed me off. So like, I guess we're hypocrites, right? But for some reason, I think this is okay to be a parts former. And then not finally.
Yeah, but parts formed in the cartoon. There were the gauntlets were not connected.
Yeah, you're right. They would just fly on, right, or something. Right.
Yeah, magic. It was anime magic.
The OG Geigen, which to this day, in my opinion, still stands as being one of the coolest.
It's the only one that can stand on its own. It's beautiful.
It is so beautiful, except for mine is totally discoloring.
I see it.
Yeah,
I haven't held one of these in forever.
It's got spider webs on it, man.
Sweet.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels nice.
Yeah, feels good. Like that's old too, man.
Yeah.
I love it. I really do love that toy. It is just a tank.
I remember like how good this looked. I thought it was the most.
Do you remember seeing it at Toys R Us and Children's Palace? I remember Children's Palace had it. I don't know if Toys R Us did. It was like the only thing I
broke this part off mine like the first day.
Really? Did you have it as a kid or an adult collector?
Older kid.
Okay.
I think.
I didn't have it as a kid. I wanted it, and it was just. I think it was $60, and my parents would never cough up $60 for an action figure. My only issue with it as a kid is what I remember is his eyes were not painted, and he looked very empty. He looked very dead. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But that's a great one. And now we'll come.
And this is Rand, right?
It's Scott Bernard, but he's got blue hair, I think, in there.
Does it lift up?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's supposed to. It's tight.
Yeah, dude. I think it's blue hair, and plus he's got the red, like the burgundy. That's how you know the difference. All right, finally we'll get to like the probably the most relevant comparison, and I'm gonna move these. Is the Beagle?
I think that's Rand's face in there. I know it's supposed to be Scopper, but take a good look at that. I heard a rumor or something that it's like it's Rand's, but
I mean, it's
look at
it's definitely got blue hair though. Like
no,
like
look how wavy it is.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
Wow.
really weird.
Wow, you know what? I've never
Yeah, I
even
know
noticed
it's supposed
that.
to be Scopper, but
That-
I think that's Rand's face.
Wow, you might be right. Holy shit. You might have just like...
Woo! I feel
Blew
like
my
I'm in
mind.
National Treasure right now or something.
Dude, that's crazy. Like, this might have been intended to be Rand. That's crazy.
Imagine if they made like one with the right cannon.
The rumors of this...
Grail teeth.
Yeah, do you remember, like, when we were kids or teenagers, like, there was rumors that they made a Lancer one?
Yes.
They never made
Yeah,
a
they never
Lancer. It never happened. Like, I remember it was like, oh, yeah, I had it. I had it when I was a kid. No, you didn't have a Lancer. All right, now we get to the Beagle. And the Beagle is a piece of art, but, like, I think I like the Sentinel. I'm going to move this one out of the way. I think I like the Sentinel one better.
Yeah, I mean...
What do you think? Like
10 years is a long time.
Can you believe that's 10 years old?
I know.
I hate the material they used for this, but I like how like some of the stuff holds on really well. I like the blue visor. I think it's a softer sculpt. But I hate the fully formed mode. I hate the way.
Why do you hate it?
Because I hated the wheels on the side felt like they were inward too much, and it just threw off the whole aesthetic of it. If that makes sense to you. I guess I don't hate it, but I think that this is more dynamic.
I think this is better.
You
Yeah.
do?
I think this looks way better. I mean, and I still love this toy, but
You know what also I didn't like about this? I think that they didn't nail the colors. I thought the colors were off. And that could be a nitpick, but like when it comes to something like Mospeada or Robotech, I'm gonna call it Robotech. I'm allowed to nitpick, but I mean it's still sweet. How do you do the? Oh, okay. God, it's weird how 10 years really has like
changed things a lot.
This feels like a toy.
Yeah, I mean, well, it is a toy, and it's just like, this thing was really sort of hard to get into bike mode. It just didn't hold well. You could get it, but it's like...
Check out that crotch.
Oh man, my crotch is rocked.
Wow.
Does yours do that?
I don't know, probably.
Oh,
Mine's
man.
all yellowed out.
Is it?
I'm glad that it's replaced. Mine are dying. Both of them are yellow. All the white is just like piss yellow.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah, no, this new Sentinel is definitely better. I'm
Right.
just like, I'll be honest with you, I kind of stayed away from messing with the Beagle too much, and now that I'm messing with it, like, there is no doubt that this is reign supreme. As far as it gets dynamic, it's...
I mean, it looks way
It looks
better.
way better.
Like, way better.
Yeah, transformation is going to be a pain in the ass, people. Sorry we don't provide transformation videos, but we just bullshit. I think if do you get the Rand?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I didn't pre-order it.
I
but
did. You're in trouble, you know that, right?
I guess, but you know, yeah.
You think you'll find a... I think Anime Export might
They
get...
usually get everything after it comes out for a little bit. It'll probably cost an extra couple bucks, but I mean...
Alright, here's final questions for you then. Let me move these
Or I'm
guys.
totally screwed.
Yeah,
I mean, this says discontinued,
Yeah.
so I don't know what
Why
that
do you
means.
think that... What does that mean?
Maybe they can't charge enough to make it worth their while, because either way, they have to put a lot into producing this. Like, the whole thing is painted, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It feels like the whole thing has a lot of paint
Hey,
on
there's
it.
no doubt that they put their time and effort into it.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, just something we didn't notice, like, the gun. Like, look at the details in the gun, the paint work, like, the light, the headlights they put in, like...
I think it's expensive to manufacture this thing.
And you can tell. You
Yeah.
can tell. Like, it feels like a high-end piece. It's
and
just...
Sentinel's a boutique company.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, so I don't know if they do huge runs and stuff like that. And I mean, I wonder how much, like, what they have to do to a factory to prepare for this, you know? And I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you're
just-
right. I mean, look, now I'm looking at it now, and it really is special. Like, it is beautiful. It is. You can tell that a lot went into this. You could tell that there was some love. That their goal was to make a beautiful.
Yeah, they did not chintz out.
No,
none of this is lazy.
No.
None of it. It's like, granted, they might have made a couple errors on it, but I mean, I think on paper,
Yeah,
it's perfect.
I agree.
And all the errors on it, I mean, I doubt they do a run and then
Right.
check the quality, but I'll bet Ray will be a little better.
I think you're right too. Look,
No.
I think if some of the some of the ball joints, if everything would have fit a little bit better. And I would excuse this as a visor, which I won't get off the visor. That seems to bother me so much. I think this thing would have been as near perfect as you could possibly get. With that said, I love it. It'll likely be on my top 10 of the year, but it doesn't take my #1 spot. How do you feel like?
It'll be up there for me.
It'll be up there?
Yeah, it's like, and then one other complaint, and it's not about the toy, is I wish the directions just had better pictures.
You mean
of
like
it.
English?
No, but just better pictures of it in the complete mode, so you could really see how everything have a picture of the ride armor without the dude in it.
I agree
so you
with
can see
you.
how everything went, and it's like that's it.
With that said, I actually think the instructions, considering I don't read Japanese, they weren't. I didn't think they were terrible, but I see what you're saying. Like, also, like they could have.
I wouldn't read them if they were in English. I just look at the
You
pictures.
just look at the pictures?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's why they have them.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they didn't have pictures and you had to read the?
Yeah, oh man. You know what they could have done? Extended the instructions like a page or two, and then put they didn't even, I'll be honest with you, the way you locked in your stand was completely different than the way I did, and I don't know which way's better. Like, I had it, can I show you?
Yeah.
Like, I had it, and yours probably makes way more sense. I had it done like this, but yours totally makes more sense. See, yeah, yours makes sense. Okay. All right, see, I learned something new. So if you can find this thing for a little above $2, and you are a fan of the ride armor, this is like your shit. I recommend it. If
you want to pay $400, call me and I'll think about it. But that's insane.
That's insane.
Don't do it.
And also, you know what? Honestly, if you're looking for a fun transformation, I don't think this is your bag. I think this is this is a cool display piece, fun to fiddle with, worthy of transformation, but ultimately, I'm not going to be sitting on my couch with this thing going back and forth. It's just not one of those toys. You got anything else to say?
Nope.
Well, please check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Until next time,
Nerd out!
Oh man, my crotch is rocked.